Impact Wrestling's Hardcore Justice was last night, and it was actually pretty decent. The reason I say decent is because, same old TNA shit. The opening contest was for the X Division Championship. It was Brian Kendrick versus Austin Aries versus Alex Shelley. And by the way, I do not know why, but there was apparently a sponsor, Direct Auto Insurance. I just don't know why. I just wanted to throw that out there. But for the X Division title, it was all right, but it had its fair share of botches during the match. But it was basically Kendrick versus Shelley again, with Aries barely getting into the match. But Aries had some of his moments, but at the end, the ending was even botched. It was a sliced bread on Shelley, but something else happened because there's apparently like a two-way move. And Aries, it's just classic X Division botches. And anyway, Kendrick somehow got the win, but I believe that Aries got robbed of this X Division title because honestly, even though again I don't think he should be in the X Division, he's more like a world title contention just because of what I've seen of him in Ring of Honor and Dragon Gate and all those other places. But I love how they're continuing the storyline because later in the broadcast, Aries wasn't pinned. So technically, Aries still has something to prove against Kendrick, so he challenged him to a one-on-one, this time any place, anywhere, anytime. The Knockout City Championship match was actually pretty decent from what I saw. But, again, it had its fair share of botches. And like I said, Sarita wasn't even used as much in the match, although she was used more than I thought she would be. But Terry got the Widow's Peak on Rosita, and this signifies, like I said, we might be having Sarita having time off. The Bound for Glory series matchup, Pope and Devon, it was just retarded. Pope was basically going to lay down for Devon, and then Devon's like, no, we're doing it the right way, which I like. But, because the main reason is just because this angle with their kids is just ridiculous. Especially if they're saying that those kids will be the next Team 3D, then, why they're probably in a wrestling school. Like I said, they're probably being trained by Devon and Bully Ray. Off camera, of course, but, why bring the kids and the wife involved? It's been up and down for me for the past couple of weeks, and I'm like, what the fuck is TNA doing? But the match was actually pretty decent. Devon hit a spear and Pope kept kicking out, but in the end, Pope wins to a fucking roll-up. A fucking roll-up and gains 7 points for the Bound for Glory. And then Devon didn't want to shake his hand, but the kids are like, fucking shake his hand, and then he did. Now for the Knockouts Championship, a few days ago, before this match, Winter defeated Tab Jackson for the Wild World title, which is the best way I can describe it, it's kind of like WSU, but a smaller promotion of all women's wrestlers, kind of like Shimmer and WSU, and she won with that title. So we were thinking, if she can make it 2 for 2 and hold both titles, being the Knockout and the Wild World Champion. Now, this match was actually pretty good, except for the fact that Angelina Love constantly interfered, whether it was with telling the ref like they had the ropes, or even using even hitting her finisher on Mickie James and almost getting a 2 count. But what I liked about this is Winter used some kind of red mist blood thing. It was kind of like more of a mist than anything else, but it looked a little bit more like a red, bloody, misty kind of thing, like the Jerry and the Great Muta used to do. And after that, she did some move on Mickie and became the new Knockouts champion, meaning she now has both titles like she said she would do. Which, congratulations to Winter, but fucking get a tan. You're like the female version of Sheamus, for fuck's sake. Jeez, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of weird because, you know, I don't know anymore. It's just fucking TNA. And what's even worse is the next match after that. The Bound for Glory series match. Jerry Lynn is at ringside. Crimson somehow fucking kicks out of the 5-star frog splash, which is very rare. It's kind of like back when the Emotion Machine Guns kicked out of the 3D, because you've seen no one do it before, and somehow this unknown kicks out of the fucking frog splash. It's like, and then he kicks out of already kicks out of the spear. But the main problem with this is Jerry Lynn gets in the ring and gets RVD disqualified. As a result, RVD loses 10 points. And Crimson gains 3 points, making him the number 1. And making him still undefeated, by the way, for those keeping score. It's ridiculous. I mean, I know you want to push new talent. I know you want to try to make it the next Samoa Joe with the undefeated streak, but come on. That is not a way you should win a match, especially on a pay-per-view. It kind of got better from there, though, but 6-man match, Fortune versus Immortal. Complete clusterfuck, but in a good way. At one point, Daniels took a bullet for AJ, but allowing Gunner to put both men, meaning him and Daniels, through the table. Styles came up with a... And this is amazing. I don't know how he does this, but it's a springboard Pele, kind of like a modified moonsault, but like a... But you gotta watch the replay just to understand how amazing this move is. On Abyss, they're getting the win for Fortune. After the bout, AJ and Kazarian tended to Andrew Daniels, while the other Immortal members blast Abyss for losing and leaving him alone in the ring. In the special challenge match between Immortal members, this was awesome even before the opening bell. I mean, because Bully Ray went to not play possum, but to hide from Mr. Anderson when he came out, and then Anderson did his announcing thing, and before he got the second Anderson out, he's like, yeah, I know he's behind me, and started beating the shit out of him. That is a great moment. Whatever federation, that is great. I love that. That is why I love Anderson and TNA. And it was a fucking brawl before the match even became official. Like, they were using the microphone, using everything around the arena, and then they went into the ring, and it was a really amazing match because Anderson didn't look like he was going to win this match, but he came back a few times. However, during this bout, Bully Ray brought in the chain and attempted to use it on Anderson, but it got shut down when Anderson tried to use it, and the referee tried to take it away, and then Bully Ray does the low blow for the pin and the win, which is... I'm glad my stream kind of froze at that point because that killed the match for me. And then after the bout, Bully Ray tries to separate with Immortal, and then Immortal's just yelling at Abyss, and that's when the stream comes back on for the World Tag Team title match, Mexico versus America, Beer Money versus Mexican America. And I think we're going to have to do a second part for this because, I mean, it's only 2 more matches, but I'm not probably going to make it with this little thing. So I'll just edit it out so we can cut it in 2 parts.